I want to go to Arizona Auburn here. That was another ranked game that wasn't really all that close. Auburn was up by 20, or I'm sorry, down by 20 late in the first half. They were down at one point by 30 something. They lost by roughly $1 million. I don't even know what the final score was because it didn't matter once you got past the first about 12 minutes of that game. My question to you, Norm, is Arizona was number 2 in the country. They're going to be number 1 on Monday because that's the way that these polls work after Purdue lost.
Mm-hmm.
They've won at UConn. They beat the reigning national champs, Florida. They beat UCLA, who is going to the Final Four, according to Matt McCall. And they just beat up on an Auburn team that went 2-1 out in Las Vegas. They'll be number 1 in the country. Is Arizona the best team in the country, though?
I think they may be. Let me go on a limb. I'll say they are. They are, because if they could get Burries playing the way he was playing tonight, he was much more aggressive. He's scoring the ball. They just got to get him to shoot it better from the perimeter. Koa Pete is a beast. He is a terrific player, but Krivas inside today, I thought, was much more aggressive, trying to score in the paint. They've got everything you need to be the best team in the country. And Jaden Bradley's played great all year. So if they can keep guys coming off the bench, making shots, making plays, I think they're as good as anybody. And they can defend. That's the thing. They guard. They guard as well, and they rebound. They do the little things. Waka, when he comes in the game, all he's doing is knocking guys all over the place. He's physical. He can score in the paint. They've got everything you need to be the best team in the country.
McCall, you agree?
Yeah, I'm with them, and I'm not trying to give you a shout out here, but I just – it's hard for me at this point in the season with what UConn is doing, especially defensively, and not scratching the surface of how good they could be on the offensive end of the floor. With playing without Reed the way that they have, it's hard for me to go against UConn right now. It really is, and I think Arizona's terrific. They've proven it. They've proven it with the schedule. If I'm Stephen Pearl, I'm a little upset with whoever's scheduling for Auburn because I'm first-year head coach. It seems like I have to play everybody in the country. I got to play every single team in the country. I think Arizona's terrific, but UConn has not played to their capabilities on offense and how well they're defending, and Reed not playing, and Ryba growing up as a freshman, and Mullins now growing up as a freshman and getting some reps. That team is dangerous. That team, oof. If they meet Arizona, on a neutral site in March, we'll see what happens. But you have to put Arizona as the number 1 team in the country. And then the other team, that needs to be in that same category right now is Michigan. To see what they did out there in Vegas, everyone's like, oh, what's wrong with Michigan? Squeaked out a win against Wake Forest. Well, Steve Forbes is a good coach. Wake Forest is a good team. They didn't squeak out a win. Squeaked out a win on the road against TCU. Well, guess what happened? Playing those close games against high major teams, on the road, neutral site, whatever it may be, it made them better. And then they go out there and boat race everywhere. So high on Arizona, high on Michigan, but UConn, they have not scratched the surface of how good they're going to be yet.
Yeah, I think right now in this moment, for me, it's Michigan, Iowa State, Duke, and Arizona, and you could pick any one of them to be like your best team right now, and I'm probably not going to argue with you on any of them. I think that Duke probably has the best resume. I think Michigan has looked the most impressive. I think Iowa State probably has the best win, and I think Arizona is probably going to end up being number 1. So there's an argument for all 4 of them. I'm biased when it comes to UConn. I also want to make sure that Terrace Reed gets healthy. Like, this ankle thing seems like it's a little bit more serious than maybe they've been letting on. And they're kind of waiting for him to get back. If it was a high ankle sprain that he suffered against BYU, then, we'll see how long that thing ends up taking to get back. But I think that once he gets healthy, they'll be in that conversation. And I'm not, maybe you guys will disagree with me, I'm not writing off Gonzaga or Purdue out of being able to win a national championship.